So I'm here with Kgaogelo, Chauke, midfielder from on loan at Exeter in League One this season. Kgaogelo, just obviously you arrived here today. Take through experience of coming to South Africa for your first camp with under 23s.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to be here. Obviously, it's the first camp, and I've been looking forward to get the chance to experience this under 23 camp. So to be here today and to be training already is just a good feeling right now.
So just for a lot of people that don't know who you are, you were born in South Africa, in Gauteng, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
How did you end up in the UK and starting your professional football journey?
So yeah, I was born in South Africa. I've been moved from a couple months after I was born to England with my parents. Then obviously grew up in England for a bit, and then got to my first professional club in Southampton at 14. So from then on, I've been playing for Southampton, and then obviously my first learning experience here. But obviously it's nice to be back home. So being back in South Africa is a good feeling as well, and being back to play football as well is even better.
When last have you been here at home?
I came here last year on holiday, just for around 2 weeks, just to see the family and visit around.
So where about in South Africa were you born, and why did your parents move? Was it for work opportunities?
Yeah, so I was born in Pretoria, and then the family background was in Mamelodi. So, and then obviously they moved for work opportunities to go to England, which is understandable. As much as we can, try to come back. So
do you ever feel like when you were in England that you have like roots in South Africa? Did you ever ask your parents about it? Like obviously you say you visit your family and things, but it might be difficult to feel South African.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, too. It hasn't been a problem for me. I always felt South African with growing up with parents, and then always visiting. I speak to my family a lot, so it's not like I forgot where I come from. Like, I always know where I come from, just living in a different place right now. So to come back is really good.
So you can speak Tswana, of course, since you're from Mamelodi.
I'm still learning. I'm still brushing up my technique.
Okay, so obviously Southampton, you're very highly rated there. But obviously now you're getting your first taste of proper senior football in League One. For a lot of people that might think, oh, it's a third tier in English football. What is the level like there? Playing senior football in the third division?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I was doing well in Southampton in the academy system, and then did get to play one game for the first team. But obviously, if people don't understand, like, the level in the lower leagues is still high compared to what others think. But to play in League One is still good for me to get them senior minutes. So it's good to be where I am right now.
So do you feel you've improved over the last 6 months being at Exeter?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, at the start I was a bit slow getting the games, but now I'm getting more games and training with more experienced pros and older players. You're always going to get better playing with older and bigger players, so it's definitely good to be there right now.
And are you motivated by the fact that Southampton obviously have a lot of investment in youth? If you look at the first team right now, there's a lot of young players. Obviously it's not where they want to be in terms of league form, but how motivated are you that you could break through there next season maybe?
No, definitely. No matter where they are in the league, there's always a culture where if you're good enough as a young player, you will play. Like the likes of Phil Walcott, Gareth Bale, James Ward-Prowse, now the captain. So even though I'm on loan next right now, I know there's still always a chance that if I do well and do what I need to do, I'll be back in Southampton playing in a high level.
So I mean, from as a youngster training with the first team, playing with the first team over the past 2 years, someone like James Ward-Prowse, the captain, what have you learned from him? What have you picked up from him?
Obviously he's a fantastic player as well as the other ones, but I think what you pick up most when being around them is what they do off the pitch. Like, how do they eat, how do they train, how do they prepare for games, what's like in the change room. So being from a younger age, seeing what it's like to be in a proper game, then being around them has helped a lot.
So what's limited you from taking that step at Southampton that you needed to go out on loan? Was it you going to management and saying, look, I need to go play, or what was the situation?
Yeah, obviously I think both parties came together saying that the squad's big right now, so it'd be good for you to get some more development in the men's football, which is normal. Like, there's players that have done that before and came back and played first team, so it's not a step back, it's trying to get better as a player to come back in a better place to play first team. So it's good. It's a good arrangement right now.
And then here in South Africa, there were a lot of people that were questioning you, a lot of criticism that you probably didn't even know of, because it's funny how it happens is when you made your debut or when you had your first few games on the bench, when the Premier League shows the lineup, it has an English flag, and it's something that small that triggered them to say, how can we claim this guy? You know what I mean? And then there were also rumors to say that you didn't want to play for South Africa if they called you up. So just what was the truth there? Was it the case of like, I'm going to see what happens at England and then play for South Africa? Or was it just like I wasn't called?
No, obviously it was a bit confusing seeing it at the time. Obviously I sat in my control if they put an English flag or South African flag. Like, if you ask me, I'll say I'm South African, but if they want to put their flag, they put it on. Like, I can't really control that. But in terms of being in South Africa, like, I've always been waiting for the right timing to be here. So I think right now is like a great time in my career to come to South Africa and play for the under-23s. So it's always been about me timing for the right time in my career.
So obviously you've been on the lookout for this, you know, you knew the call up was going to come because probably they were in contact with you. Have you made like an effort to like figure out, even chat to some of the boys on IG or like get to know the coach and things like that, just get to know who they are and how they play and things like that?
Yeah, I mean my dad's a big fan of it, so I knew some of these boys from just speaking to him, and the coach, we've been in contact since he told me about the initial call up, so I'm not coming in not knowing what I'm going into. I know pretty much everything that I need to know already. So
you're a Sundowns fan, by the way. If your dad is
yeah, Sundowns, whole family Sundowns. Yeah.
So have you like, you know, brushed up on like watching some of the games or things like that, local football? I know it might be difficult, you know, being in the UK, but are you aware of, you know, who's doing well and who's not doing well and things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when I did come on holidays, I would always go to watch a couple of Sundowns games in person, so I know what it's like in a proper football match here. Then my dad and my granddad are quite big into South Africa football as well, so sometimes if I get a chance, I watch with them. So
what do you think of the level when you watch some local games?
Yeah, there's definitely good players in this league and good players in this country. I think maybe it'll take time for the world to notice that more often, but there's definitely, from what I've seen, good quality to come out of this country going forward.
And just your first few hours here, who have you leaned towards as somebody that, you know, that you've been close to now?
To be fair, I came here and then got straight on the bus to training, so I haven't really had a conversation yet.
Yeah.
But nah, it's the lads from walking on and like they've been welcoming so far, so it'd be good to have a proper conversation and be in the facilities with them.
So lastly, what do you hope to achieve in this camp and beyond with South Africa? And like obviously just your thoughts that go through your mind of the, you know, coming here for the first time for a call up.
Yeah, obviously this camp there's 2 big games coming up, so I want to help win both those games and then train well just to help the group in really, and then going forward there's tournaments such as Olympics and African tournaments that are coming up, so that's my aim in the future.
So you will be available for that, like in terms of, you know, you have to speak to your clubs, sometimes call out to FIFA dates like AFCON or things like that.
Yeah, I'll be available. Yeah. Obviously there'll be a competition beforehand, but me personally it would be a great opportunity to go to these places, and I don't think the club will stop me from going. So,
Thank you, and good luck for the games.
Thank you.